MSC Cruises, one of the newest cruise contenders in the cruising world, who is making waves in the U.S. market, is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated cruise lines, especially for those budget-conscious cruisers. This European global cruise line is known for its luxurious ships with their innovative design, as well as their Mediterranean-style hospitality. MSC Cruises has 23 ships in their fleet, 5 of which are currently sailing from the U.S. You have MSC Seashore, MSC Seaside, MSC Mirabilia, MSC Divina, and MSC Grandiosa. And in April 2025, MSC World America will make its debut in the Port of Miami. MSC Cruises is one of the most affordable cruise lines out there, and with some of their special promotions, such as kids sail free and drinks and Wi-Fi included, they offer the best value, especially for first-time cruisers or cruisers on a budget. But with MSC still being relatively new, they do get some mixed reviews, and there are some quirks you need to be aware of, as these may vary from other cruise lines. So I'm going to share with you some of my top tips for making your cruise on board MSC Cruises amazing. Hey there, y'all. I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and with almost 70 cruises under our belt since 2019, we are your go-to spot for all things cruise related. Whether it be family cruising in the Caribbean, solo cruising in the Mediterranean, off the beaten path shore excursions, cruise tips and tricks, we have you covered. So let's jump right in with my top tips for cruising with MSC. But before we get started, if you love cruise and travel content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We release at least one full-length cruise vlog every Friday, and with over 15 cruises already on the books for 2025, you don't want to miss out on any of our solo and family cruise adventures, so be sure to hit that notification bell as well. Hey guys, I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and I'm going to share with you some of my personal tips for cruising with MSC. Now, I have cruised with MSC Cruises 7 or 8 times since my first MSC cruise in 2023, and I'm actually preparing to head out on my next MSC cruise later this week, so make sure you are following along here and on Instagram because I will be posting all kinds of stories from my adventure out of Martinique. So be sure to stay tuned for that. But I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for cruising with MSC because they are a little bit different from your typical Carnival or Royal Caribbean cruise line. So I'm going to share with you some of my personal tips, and I'm sure I'm not going to touch them all. So if you have any tips for cruising with MSC, be sure to drop those in the comments. Now, these tips aren't in any particular order, so just stay tuned, watch all the way to the end because you'll probably pick up a few tidbits that'll make your cruise a lot easier. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share some of our upcoming MSC cruises that we will be hosting as MHFamilyAdventures. Last year, we took 145 cruisers on board MSC Seashore. Majority of them, it was their very first time with MSC Cruises or their first time cruising. And guys, I can tell you, they had an amazing time. So if you are somebody that's kind of on the edge on whether you want to give MSC a try, I highly recommend giving them a try, especially one of their shorter cruises. Give them a test run. But if you use these tips and tricks, you'll have a much better time. All right, so the first one, status match. MSC is one of the few, or actually, I think the only cruise line currently that offers any sort of status match program. So that means if you have a high status with another cruise line or with another hotel provider, then you can status match with MSC and get special perks. Now, I am Diamond with MSC. They have Diamond, and then their highest status is Diamond Blue or something. They just changed it recently. But because I had a high status with Carnival when I first started sailing with MSC, I was able to do the status match application. And I get perks such as wine in my cabin. I get a thermal spa pass for a day. I get one specialty dining included. So definitely check out the status match. You can find that on their website, and I will link that in the description of this video. And speaking of status match, I just found out that MSC does offer a casino status match program. So if you are like a really high tier with any other cruise line, send an email to MSC. Send them your offers, see what they're able to provide for you for a complimentary or deeply discounted casino cruise. I will also include that email address in the description of this video. Embarkation time. So with other cruise lines, you are able to, during your check-in process, select your embarkation time. Well, MSC is a little bit different in that regard to where you don't get to select your embarkation time. So after you pay your cruise off in full and you get your cruise ticket or you do your online check-in, you will see on your confirmation that you have an arrival time selected. So they say for you to adhere to that time. I have been able to get on just a little bit early, but just make sure you're mindful of that time because it's not something you can select. So make sure you make shuttle arrangements, hotel arrangements, see if you can do like a late checkout if you have an early or a later check-in time for the cruise. see if your hotel will let you stay an hour or so longer. But check your embarkation time because MSC, they just assign them at random. And if you call into the call center, they're not going to change it for you. They're just going to tell you to show up at the terminal at that assigned time. And speaking of embarkation, MSC Cruises, now I know some other cruise lines, they'll allow you to carry on a case of soda, a case of canned water, even wine. MSC Cruises does not allow any of those things. So do not show up at the cruise terminal with a 12-pack of soda in your hand. They will confiscate it and not return it. So you can't pack any drinks, any food, anything like that for your MSC cruise because they will confiscate it. Drink packages. So MSC just rebranded their drink package program. Now, MSC is known for having an amazing value, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, where a lot of times you can get drinks and Wi-Fi included with your promotion. And at one point they offered like an easy package, easy plus package. Now they don't offer those. It's just premium drink package where you can get drinks up to $15, up to 15 drinks, up to $15 you can get, or that's alcoholic drinks. But you can also get sodas, coffee, bottled water, things like that. Keep in mind when you do your booking, and let's say you're booking with multiple cabins. Now, this is something very quirky with MSC that I personally, as a travel advisor and a frequent cruiser with MSC, I don't necessarily care for. But just know this, if you have multiple cabins, and let's say your family or friends in the next cabin, they don't drink and they choose to opt out of the drink package, MSC will not seat you, or you'll have a very difficult time trying to be sat together in the dining room. And they do this because they want it to be easy to know who has drink package, who doesn't. That way they're not trying to verify cards and different things like that. So if you have one cabin without the drink package and one cabin with the drink package, there's a possibility that they may not seat you together. I know it's strange, but it happens. And speaking of Wi-Fi, so MSC, just like other cruise lines, they offer Wi-Fi packages. Now, it's best to bundle that with your drinks and Wi-Fi promotion. By the way, your drinks and Wi-Fi promotion, you want to add that on at the time of booking because sometimes dealing with MSC's customer service, trying to get things changed later on can be a struggle. And that's coming from a certified travel advisor, a top salesperson with MSC Cruises. It can be a challenge. And guys, let me just tell you this, your best bet in booking an MSC cruise is doing so with a certified travel advisor. I love to assist you and walk you through all of the quirks of MSC, so feel free to reach out to me. But the Wi-Fi package, just word of caution, if you are someone who works from a ship, needs internet connectivity while on a ship, keep in mind that they do offer two packages. They have a basic Wi-Fi that does not allow streaming. And guys, when I tell you they don't allow streaming, they don't allow streaming. You cannot sign into YouTube. You cannot do Instagram. You cannot stream, period. And then they have the streaming package, obviously. But something to know about MSC, which is different than most other cruise lines, is you cannot interchange devices. So that means if your cabin has one or two devices, I know for our family, sometimes we'll share one internet package between me and my husband or what have you. Once it's signed in on a specific device, you must stay signed in on that device. There's no changing it. That is it. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing your Wi-Fi. If you want to package it up to get maybe 4 devices or what have you, but you cannot change your Wi-Fi once you are logged in. And one other thing about Wi-Fi, if you happen to get the drinks and Wi-Fi package and you have multiple people in your cabin, let's say you have 4 people in your cabin, the drinks apply to everyone in the cabin. However, MSC is only going to give you 2 devices for Wi-Fi. So when you book the drinks and Wi-Fi package, just know that if you have more than 2, someone's not going to have Wi-Fi because they're only going to allow you to have 2 devices of Wi-Fi. Now keep in mind, because MSC Cruises is a European cruise line, it does attract an international crowd. Now, if you're someone who's not well-traveled or you're not around other cultures and other people, you may get on board and feel as if the guests are rude and that they have no manners, and that very well may be the case. But keep in mind, because MSC Cruises is a European cruise line, they do attract an international crowd. Now, I do feel like things are more diverse now because they're picking up a lot of traction here in the US, but just know that the mannerisms and some of the things that you experience on your typical Carnival Royal Caribbean cruise ship might be a little bit different on MSC depending on which region you're cruising from, depending on the ship, things like that. So keep that in mind. Things might look a little bit different. So MSC's class system. So MSC has different levels of service, different levels of experience that you can book on their website. So you're going to find that you have the Bella experience, which is going to be your lowest price package And that is going to be for guaranteed options, meaning cabins that they will assign you. I can tell you guys this, MSC is pretty good about if you book a Bella interior cabin, there's a good chance you might get upgraded to an ocean view or balcony. Don't take my word for it because it may not happen, but I can tell you that I've had quite a few clients as well as myself to book a Bella cabin and be upgraded. So that happens at random. But they have the three different classes. You would have Bella, Fantastica, Aria, and then also the Yacht Club. And so the Bella is going to be your very basic cruise only package. It's going to be a guaranteed cabin. With that, you don't get to select your dining time. You will be assigned a dining time once you get on the ship. If you have Fantastica, then you will be assigned, you can select whether you want early dining or late dining, and I'll get into what those times look like in a second. And then if you're Aria, you're going to have a separate dining room where you can go for my time dining. So you just show up to that dining room whenever you're ready to dine and you're there. Now, if you are in Yacht Club, which is considered their suites, their ship on a ship or resort on a ship, or whatever you want to call it. If you're part of the Yacht Club, which is an exclusive area, you have the Yacht Club restaurant. So you don't have to worry about dining times and all of that. But MSC, for their dining times, they have multiple times. So if you select early dining could be 5:30 or 7:30. You don't get to pick which one. If you select early, when you get on the ship, it'll let you know, your ship card will let you know if you're 5:30 or 7:30. Now, they are usually flexible if space allows it to where you can go and change it there, but just know that late dining on MSC is generally around 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So consider, a lot of European culture, people like to dine later, so they do offer that later dining time for those who may want it. And then again, if you're Aria, you just show up when you want to show up. In Yacht Club, you have your own specialty or your own dining room within the Yacht Club. And speaking of dining, something that you need to know, if you are someone that likes to snack or someone that loves to have a lot of casual dining options available, MSC is not the cruise line yet to have a lot of those different options. Now, MSC World America, which is going to debut here in April, our family will be on board one of the very first sailings of MSC World America. So we'll have that content for you, full ship tour, all of that good stuff, because we will be on board before the inaugural sailing. So stay tuned for that. But they don't have really any casual dining options outside of MSC World America and MSC World Europa. So if you're looking for a burger spot, or if you're looking where you can go get complimentary tacos or a deli, MSC does not have that. So pretty much you're going to have your main dining room and you're going to have your buffet. Now, there are specialty dining options that you can add on, such as sushi. You can add on Ola Tacos. Is it Ola Tacos? Yes, Ola Tacos. There's different spots that you can add on as part of their specialty dining package. So just keep that in mind, that food could be limited as far as, having things to snack on throughout the day, because they don't have a lot of those casual dining options. But I can tell you that MSC is improving that and working on that with their new World America. And I think moving forward, they will be sure to have casual dining options and things available across all of their ships. So stay tuned for that. Theme nights. So just again, as with other cruise lines, MSC does offer a variety of theme nights. It's hard to figure out which theme nights are going to be on your ship in advance, but just the most common theme nights available on MSC would be a white night. They usually have a white night party. And guys, their white night party and their parties usually go late into the evening, like starting at 11 o'clock. So if you are an early bird like me, may not work out for you, but they offer a white night. They usually have some sort of tropical night, and they'll have a formal night. So you can plan accordingly based off that. But follow your Facebook group. If you guys aren't familiar, there are cruise groups on Facebook. So if you have a specific sailing, you can go in and follow, get some tips, tricks, see what those formal nights are, or what those theme nights are, or even follow the sailing prior to yours, so you can ask questions about, what happened on the ship, what are the theme nights, so that you can dress and plan accordingly. Pack washcloths. That was something that I learned early on cruising with MSC, because they are a European cruise line. Now, I know everybody doesn't use washcloths, but I do. So if you are someone who uses washcloths when you shower, pack your own or ask your room steward. Now, I feel like they're getting better with it as far as cruising out of the US, where they're providing those. But I can tell you, my early days of cruising with MSC, they never had them in the cabin, and I had to ask the room steward for them. They will provide them to you if you ask. But don't be surprised if you walk into your restroom and you don't, or you're already in the shower, which has happened before. You're already in the shower and you don't have a washcloth. So pack your own and just play it safe that way. Shows. So each night, MSC will offer a variety of different nightly shows. They'll have shows in the theater. If you're on some of their newer ships, they have Le Cabaret Rouge, which I absolutely love. It's like a variety show. But as far as their shows on board the ship, it's not something like with Royal Caribbean where you can reserve like the Aqua Show and things like that in advance. You actually have to wait till you're on board and then you can start making those reservations. And so they have so many slots per show. They don't usually fill up 100%. So if you don't make the reservation, you'll be fine to be in the standby line. But if you don't, if you want to avoid being in the standby line, you can make those reservations as soon as you get on the ship. Waivers for your children. So if you are cruising with children, by the way, MSC offers really great value with kids sail free. So check those promotions, because unlike like Royal Caribbean where kids sail free is for like 12 and under, kids sail free on MSC is 17 and under. So if you have anyone 17 or under as guest 3 and 4, when that promotion is available, they can sail for free and you just pay their taxes, fees, port expenses, and gratuities. So definitely keep that in mind. Yes, sorry, waivers. So if you have children that are going to be signed up for the kids club, you will have to sign a paper waiver once you get on the ship. Now you can download this if you want to save time. You can download this on MSC's website. I will put a link of that also in the description. You can print that out, have it signed, ready to go. Whenever you get ready to enroll your child at the kids club or the teens club, you will need that waiver. Also, unlike other cruise lines, if your child is going to participate in any of the water activities on board the ship, the water slides, the pool, the kids splash area, or actually, you know what? I think it's just the water slides now. The water slides, they will need a wristband and a waiver. So I would say on embarkation day, if there's someone there by the slides ready to give you the waiver, I would go there before the first sea day, because the first sea day, there could be a line of families and parents trying to get their kids waivers and get wristbands so that they can access the slides. So do that as soon as you can on embarkation day, as soon as they have the water area open. That way you can avoid that line. And also another tip for those of you traveling, if you have infants, MSC is one of the only other, there's one other cruise line, I won't mention it right now, but MSC offers what they call an infant waiver. And what this means is let's say you are a family of 3 and you have an infant that is under 1, or actually 2 and under, you can apply for an infant waiver. And what that means is you can book a cabin that accommodates 2 and then just pay the taxes for the 2-year-old. And guys, yes, cruise lines charge for babies. If they're 6 months and older, you're being charged for them. But you can avoid that by, if you book a cabin that can only accommodate 2 guests, there is an actual form that your travel advisor can fill out for you and put in a request for the infant waiver. I actually found that out through another client earlier last year. Had no clue about it. So I learned something new, but you can save money that way. You just have to agree that you will use your existing bedding for your infant. And I think that is about it for MSC. I'm sure there's something that I missed. This is a very informal, just giving you some tips, tricks for cruising with MSC. And guys, cruise with MSC. Give them a try. I've had so many clients that were hesitant to book MSC. They went on and had a great time. Guys, they offer great value and they have some great destinations. So I would recommend trying them out. And they offer quite a few 3-night, 4-night cruises. And guys, you can get these as low as $300-$400 for 2 people for like a 3-night cruise. I don't know how long that's going to last with supply and demand as they're growing in popularity, but get out there now and give MSC Cruises a try. You won't regret it. And if you want to give MSC Cruises a try, and let's say you want to travel during the holidays, we have an MHFamilyAdventures group cruise on board the brand new MSC World America. Here's the information here if you want to get booked. We do still have some availability, so reach out as soon as you can to get booked on board MSC World America for Christmas. And if you want to travel abroad, we are having a SISTA's Cruising Abroad. If you guys missed our MSC Grandiosa series where we went abroad to Europe for the very first time, myself and my sisters, we had an amazing time. And it's actually the #1 watch video on our YouTube channel. But check that out. And if you want to join us on board MSC World Europa, which is one of their newest ships as well, we will be on board MSC World Europa. Information is right here. We will be there June 12th through the 19th of 2026. And this is a ladies only cruise, ladies only trip. So no Ron, no kids, no men. We're going to have a great time as ladies. So if you want to try MSC, reach out to me. And if you want to book any other MSC cruise, I would love to assist you. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have any tips or tricks about MSC, please drop those in the comments. And if you found this video helpful at all, please leave a comment, give a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe. We really appreciate the support. But I have to get packed because I'm actually headed on MSC Virtuosa this weekend. And so stay tuned for that content. I will be posting a lot of stories on Instagram. So be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. But guys, I will see you, I guess, on the next cruise.